When we look into the scheme of things, we understand it is intelligently put together, presupposing knowledge. Knowledge has to rest in a conscious being. That conscious being must also be the material cause for this scheme of things. In other words, whom we call Bhagavan, Ishvaraha, another word. In English they say God. This Ishvara, I will use the word Ishvara hereafter. We will analyze the word Bhagavan and Ishvara also when the time comes. This Ishvaraha is not just the maker, is also being material, is the very thing that is made. The made and the maker are one and the same. Anything we think of Bhagavan is going to be absurd if that Bhagavan is not both the maker and the material cause. If both are one and the same, then alone Ishvara is acceptable. If you say Ishvara is, God is formless and is in heaven, it also becomes laughable. Inasmuch as the formless doesn't have a location. Formless doesn't need a location. If you say both, Ishvara is both formless and all forms are not separate from the formless, then you need to be understood. We say that. We say both. Ishvara is essentially formless and no form is separate from the formless. Even if you look at through the eye of a physicist, every form is formless. If every form can be reduced to atoms, atoms can be reduced to particles, particles have no form. Each form is formless. We can go further. This we will analyze later. There is nothing which is away from Ishvara. This is the essence of what we say Ishvara. in the answer of the villager, there is this truth lying, that Ishvara's manifestation is this Jagat. Therefore, everything is sacred. Space is sacred, time is sacred. We say Kalaha is a Devata, is Ishvara. Even Akasha, the space, is Ishvara. This is purely spiritual. Religious, you can say, it is really a vision. There is no belief involved here. There is reality involved. That's why it is a thing to be understood. It's like learning any subject matter which is very precise, like mathematics, like physics, like chemistry, where there is a certain clarity. It's not any other subject where it's all little vague. For us, in our heritage, Ishvara is everything. In other words, everything is Ishvara. Ishvara can be without being the world. In an unmanifest condition, the world can be with Ishvara. But the manifest world can never be away from Ishvara. The fabric can be without being a shirt. No shirt can be without being fabric. The effect is never separate from the substance cause, and the substance can be without being effect. This is what we say, that the maker material being one and the same. Your attitude also is going to be in keeping with that understanding. This is objectivity. I say this is spiritual pragmatism. If you are going to be pragmatic, you have to take into account all that is there. You don't leave anything out. But all that is here is Ishvara. Therefore, there is no question of any belief. For us, so God is not a matter for belief. It's a matter for understanding. Any understanding is, of course, is believed to be true in the beginning. Pending understanding, we call it Shraddha. That's an Indian Sanskrit word which is there in every regional language also. Shraddha. Pending understanding. If everything is Ishvara, then there is nothing to believe. Pending understanding, you can say, yes, I would like to know how it is. You can't even dismiss it. You can dismiss it only when you prove it cannot be true. In fact, it is not true. You have to prove, for which you have to explore and understand. All that is here is Ishvara, is an equation. No equation is a matter for trust. It's a matter for belief. It's a matter for understanding. You can't say, I believe the equation. pending understanding, you accept it. Until otherwise proved, you accept it. And then you make an attempt to understand. This is not difficult to understand. Understanding implies always a certain model. That is how you assimilate anything. No example can replace reasoning. But example can bring home a certain reasoning. A model here is very appropriate one we can cite from our own daily experience. When you sleep, you don't experience time, space, and in time, space, object encounter. You don't see anything. You sleep. You are there, of course, but you don't experience anything particular. With that collapses when absence of an object is there. No object particular is experienced by you. You can't experience time and space. That's how time and space are. You don't experience time and space. This is equivalent to a condition before Srishti, which is both what we say creation and manifestation. That is why the word Srishti cannot be translated by a single word creation. You have to say creation, you have to say manifestation. Since two words we cannot use, we simply say Srishti. What is Srishti? Srishti. No Srishti in sleep. You wake up from sleep. There is Srishti. If your waking up is half, ardha vikasaha, then you don't come alive to the physical body, the physical world. You still experience a world created by yourself called dream, swapnam. In dream, when you think of sun, sun is there. Along with the sun comes space, comes time, simultaneous. You don't create space and time and afterwards put sun there. That's modern physics. It is a big bang. When you see the sun, there is time, there is space, there is sun. When you think of earth, earth is there. Think of trees, trees are there. Think of birds, birds are there. Think of mountains, mountains are there. think of people, people are there. To think of them, you must necessarily know. You can't think of anything without knowledge of the thing. You must have some knowledge about it. You have seen, you have some knowledge, then you can think of. You can think of a person with wings. You know wings, you know the person, you have seen some pictures of angels with wings. You can attach wings to a human body. You can see in dream. But you can never create in dream a gagabugai. You may ask, what is gagabugai? That is why I used the word gagabugai, because I don't know. So your knowledge is the basis of creation. Not only knowledge you have Shakti. You have power, tremendous power. Because what you think, it's there. Therefore, you are a maker, enjoying knowledge as well as power, Shakti. But one thing, there is the requirement of material. For this dream creation, where did you find the material? You are the material. Your memories are the material. Your knowledge itself is manifest in the form of Jagat. That's why it's nothing but knowledge. The scientists would say the whole Jagat can be reduced to equations. It's all knowledge. In dream, all that you have is only your knowledge. And you being the material cause, you are the maker. You create, therefore. You being the material, you manifest in the form of sun in time and space. Time, space are you. Sun is you. The earth is you. The trees are you. The birds are you. And the people are you. Clear? You are the maker and the material. This is your daily experience. Now you can assimilate Ishvara. Ishvara's knowledge is manifest in the form of Jagat, including your body, mind, sense complex, which has this possibility of creating dream. Ishvara is manifest in the form of Jagat. And therefore I say, Jagat is nothing but Ishvara. You can understand what Ishvara is. That is why we don't say in our heritage, Ishvara is male. Everything is Ishvara means maker material, and both male and female. Jagataf Pitarau Vande. Jagataf Pitarau. Both father and mother. one conscious being. We don't say there are many gods. We don't say there is one God whose address is somewhere. You have to give the apartment number and street and city and country. He will become another uncle. If you see the front of him, you will miss the back of him. And when you say he needs a location at the same time formless, I cannot say anything but I salute you. What else I can say? Both male and female. Necessary, we will see the necessity of that. It is our way of looking at Ishvara. We can look at Ishvara as both father and mother, so that you can relate to Ishvara. We don't say there is one God. We don't say there are many gods. We say there is only God. If you want to understand Indian culture, you need to understand this. Without this, it's impossible. That's why Indian heritage is too profound. It's not a simple system of a few concepts of belief and you hand over and it's over. It's a thing to be understood. That's why it is a vertical flow. It has no lateral organization. One has to get it from the parents first. Then from the same parents, if they are well informed, if they are not, you have to get from some teachers who are supposed to know. Again, vertical. Parents also are supposed to get from those teachers. Everyone has to get it from a teacher. The teacher can be your own mother, your own father. We see such relationship between father and son, a certain relationship of teacher-student. Between husband and wife also we see a relationship of teacher and student. We find in the Upanishads, we see that kind of dialogues. Dialogues between two, because we need dialogues in order to understand. That is why in Indian heritage, this knowledge is always present in the form of a dialogue, because it has to be understood. Therefore, all that is here is one Ishvara. If this is so, what is going to be my attitude towards a karma phala which I don't like, I don't see in keeping with my expectation? Well, that attitude we will see next time. Thank you.